Okay. Elevator
wait.
first, then out into the hall once we're
Oh,
down.
I see.
We were just waiting for the elevator that whole time.
Yep, you're just waiting for the elevator. Yeah, you guys were standing there waiting for the elevator and just opened up for you guys to get into the elevator.
Okay.
Ah, okay.
Walk in confidently.
You guys enter the elevator?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. That's fine.
Okay. You guys step into the elevator and the doors close and you see the receptionist at the desk kind of watch the masked individuals leave, and then they look over you with a look of just so much concern and regret as the doors close and you are inside the elevator.
What the fuck?
It's one of like the negative sound spaces where sound is kind of like absorbed, and even if you made a small sound, you wouldn't hear it, kind of thing. So it feels like it's sucking the light and sound from this space.
Weird.
And you just stand there. And then the wall starts to ring. As
The wall? Uh-oh.
I would like to leave the episode.
As you hear an old-fashioned, like, rotary telephone ring from the wall beside you. And when you look, there is a small hatch there.
We should have discussed who was going to answer it.
Hello?
Bishop, do you answer it?
I answered, hello.
Okay.
Perfect.
I want to say something like, Burger King, how can I help you?
You answer the phone, and as soon as you answer the phone, all of you feel that feeling in your stomach, like you're falling.
Oh.
And Bishop, as you have this phone up to your ear, you hear the sound. It's like a scream from the other side. That just never ends. It feels like the scream should run out of air from its lungs, but instead of running out of air, it gets louder and louder and louder, and somehow more desperate. Like something awful is happening to this thing, this person, and the thing is getting more awful, and they're able to scream louder the more awful this thing happens. It sounds like a soul being torn into a million pieces, and it starts to eat away at your very like sanity. You start to wonder what is happening. Well, like, what has happened to be where you were to get to where you are now to hear this sound? And then all of you can hear it. It's screaming so loud from the phone, and there's no other sound in here. And the only thing you guys can hear is this shrieking, this desperate, horrified shrieking of something or someone being killed in an awful, awful way, like a soul being sundered. And that feeling in your stomach just grows, like you guys are falling faster and faster and faster and faster. And you really start to get the sense that you shouldn't be able to go this fast for this long without hitting something. And then your stomach's hurt.
Fuck.
Very, very badly.
Uh-oh.
You get this feeling that humans aren't allowed where you're going. And the part of you that is human is not allowed to be here. And it is actively being ruined because you're getting close to somewhere you shouldn't be. And then the shrieking stops. The falling stops. And the elevator goes ding. And the doors open. But that stomach pain has not stopped. And you feel whatever is inside of you, that thing that is more beast than person, is coming very quickly. The change is happening, and you are not going to be you for very much longer. The doors open, And what you see is a very, very long path, maybe half a mile long. It is a long path. And it is very, very dimly lit, like a gray path. And at the very far end is an iron door with a single white lamp above it. And to the sides are nothing but darkness.
Don't look at that.
Don't look at that.
Yeah, don't look at that.
I look at. No, I'm just kidding.
I am terribly curious, but
Okay, so what would you guys like to do?
Not look at that.
Yeah, not look at the darkness part.
walk down the path.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we see anything? How far did you say? You said it was a long path. How long did you
It's
say
like
it
a
was?
half a mile, so it's definitely a bit of a walk. This is not going to be a short trip.
I just want to make it painfully clear. We're not looking at that, right?
Yes.
Like after all the crap we've been through shield wise, I feel that we're not gonna look at that.
We're not gonna look at that.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Okay.
Look at what I have pus in my eyes still.
Well, that works.
Okay, so do you guys start walking down the path?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Okay. As soon as you all take one step out of the elevator, there's nothing behind you anymore. You don't look, but you can just tell. It's like, I don't know, you can tell there's open space behind you, right? You can hear wind, or you can hear a little bit of an echo. No sound bounces off anything behind you, and you know that the elevator is no longer there. And what you do hear is a woman's voice far, far away behind you. And they are desperate. They are absolutely desperate. And they're saying, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie. They're tricking you. If you keep going, you have to look into the darkness. You're going to get killed. It's a trick.
That's a trick.
Oh, God.
Don't look, friends.
Can I roll investigate again?
Yeah,
You can, absolutely. Yeah, if anyone would like to try to roll to investigate.
Or insight.
That sounds like a voice. That sounds like a woman's voice. I feel like I should look with my eyeballs, but I'm scared.
What should I roll?
Roll, I would say like a +1 at best for anyone who's not, Bishop, because he has an investigate ability.
Oh my God.
Oh
dude,
my
the rolls
God.
tonight.
Dude,
Holy
they're
shit.
brutal.
Oh,
Oh my
dear, yeah.
God. 3 of 4 of you failed.
Wow, what the fuck? We can barely clean
And
any
yeah,
fucking
and
thing.
Sebastian passed by them, like literally 1 above a fail. So 3 of you feel very much like you don't know which is the lie. You don't know if the gas mask people were tricking you. You don't know that you are actually going to meet any management. You don't know if the instruction they gave you was meant to be listened to or meant to be disobeyed. The woman crying out in the darkness sounds very, very genuine. She is trying to warn you that you have been lied to. And it's very hard to tell which one is right. And Sebastian, you think the same thing, except it doesn't quite convince you that the woman has your best interest. But you're not totally sure.
I would say we're burned, we're singed, we're walking down a fucking darkened hallway, and apparently we impressed someone up there, so I'm gonna just not listen to whoever that bitch is and just keep walking. And I hope you guys do the same, because I really, really don't want to die down here. Especially I don't want to die alone. So let's just keep going. Don't listen to her. Let's just keep going.
All right, we'll keep going.
Okay. You keep going.
Yep.
And you hear a man's voice, and It's a little bit closer. He's not shouting at you. He's just kind of like talking to you. And it sounds like it's, you know, like if you were to turn, you'd see his face. He's very close. It's a test. It's a test for your blind faith. They're seeing if you just accept anything you're told with no explanation. And if you're that dumb, then that's how they kill you. You have to look at the darkness. It's literally failure to just blindly do what you're told. You have to be strong and independent, and you need to think critically.
But
that
Sebastian goes like, but listening to you kind of counteracts that, doesn't it, voice out there?
But I'm trying to, I can explain it to you. Ask me
Explain
anything.
it while we walk.
They're trying
More.
They're trying to trick you. It's a test. It's a test everybody has to go through. And they bring hundreds of us down here as hostages. They kill everyone here if you walk to that door without looking into the darkness.
Look,
It's a
I'm
failure
half
of
dead
your blind
already,
faith.
so I'm damned if I do, not damned if I don't.
We can help. We can
Who
get you to
are
a
you?
hospital or something.
Who are you? Where's that voice coming from?
Just
Hey,
you just
who are
look at
you?
me. Look
you
at my
see?
face.
Nice try.
Yeah. Nice work, Sebastian. Got you, you sneaky bitch.
He's doing like sticking up his middle fingers towards the darkness.
Fuck off.
And as you keep walking, you hear a woman, and her voice is coming from like the ground. Like it's like a person lying down. And they say, please, please. They kill you and they'll kill us. You have to just look once. That's it.
No.
That's all it takes.
Apparitions?
You just need to look once. That's it. That's all
No,
it
no, no.
takes.
See, something tells me there's some deal here, because, like, I think you're telling the truth to some degree that if we look out there, you'll be fine, but we're fucked. So I think it's kind of like the whole, you know, room, like, with a button. Would you push the button if, you know, it would save your life? I think it's one of those going on right now. You know what? I'm in a position where I can stay alive. So you know what? Nice knowing you. You know, I don't know what you did to get down here, but you probably deserve it. And bon voyage. I'm out.
I have a family. I made one mistake at work. Please.
Oh,
please.
so it is one of those things.
Oh, hold on. You have a family?
I have a family. Please let me go home to them.
Who's your family?
My husband and my 2 kids.
Oh,
Names.
Your husband and your 2. Oh, wait. And he like sticks up the reverse peace sign. Jog on. Fuck you. We survived getting pulled through the force field and you didn't, you twat. Wanker. Fuck off.
And
I'm
they
still so scared. I feel like some part of this is truth. You're about to be like, well, TPK, you should have listened. I tried.
and when you say that, they say, what? I need to name my kids or else you're okay with killing me?
Yeah, exactly.
You
Glad
need to
to see you
understand.
following.
We were told not to look into the darkness under any circumstances.
That's what they
And,
tell everyone who comes down here, please.
Who is
And you're
they?
stuck down here. Yeah, who's they?
There's no response.
I don't think this is even a real being.
My brain has officially switched from trying to listen to these things to try to garner information, which I think will be what won't they answer.
And as you walk a little further, you hear like a
Oh, don't like that. I run. I leave.
Yeah,
I leave.
well-
Oh.
and it's kind of getting closer and closer to you. And you hear that woman again. She's like, please, please, please. You just need to look one time and we can all go home.
What will I see?
You'll see nothing. You'll just see darkness. But that's the test.
What's your name?
I don't understand how my name helps you at all.
If it would save your life, I imagine you'd be saying your name right about now.
Right? Why would you be so afraid to say your name if you're really about to die, huh?
We're your one hope? Really? You wouldn't say your name? I'm pretty sure you're trying to fuck us.
What's the name of the master that lives here?
All right, I'm just gonna keep walking and ignoring this fucking bitch.
Yep.
And that clicking and the tapping starts to get closer and closer.
Walk a little faster and faster.
Faster and faster.
When you start walking faster, the darkness starts to close in on the path.
Ooh.
If we
All right.
slow our speed again, does it expand out?
It goes back to normal.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, let's keep the pace there.
Cool, calm, and collected.
And then you hear a voice directly in your ear.
Ooh.
Just a little bit farther, then I've got you.
Oh, God!
Fine.
Well, then. I suppose take me now.
God, can I roll one more time to try to glean it? I really want to look into the darkness.
Same.
Part of me really wants to fucking I feel like we're supposed to look into the darkness. I feel like that's
We're definitely not supposed to look in the darkness.
I feel
No
like the
way.
second one was telling the truth. Like, no, it's a test of blind faith. Like, you gotta break it. Like,
They
oh,
love blind faith here. They're all about it.
I'm gonna roll
That's like
again.
the secret to the order here.
I rolled an 8. I rolled an 8.
Okay, an 8. So what does your investigate do again? What would you like with your investigate?
Just a straight up insight. I want to know if there's any okay. So what I'm going to try to investigate is I would like to compare all the voices that we've heard.
Yep.
And those compared to this last one that we got, and see if I can deduce which side is telling the truth. If that makes any sense. If there were any, which ones were false or which ones were true. That's too easy. Fuck, I don't know. I'm trying to
Yeah, I know. I can't just
my
tell
character
you.
as a character sheet is trash. I can investigate and use my brain.
What's the kind of question that you can ask?
So it's labeled as when you take time when you make an inquiry about a subject, you roll plus guile, blah 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 blah. You gain useful information on the subject. It doesn't take a long time. You can take +1 to further investigate the subject, or it doesn't come with strings attached, which I don't know what that means. That's right. Sorry. It's all of those things. I just not realized it's all of those things, Tech.
Oh. Holy shit. Okay.
You gain useful information on the subject. It doesn't take a long time. You take a +1 to further investigate the subject, and it doesn't come with attached strings.
Oh shit. Okay.
That's not a
That's
full
how it-
success, or that's just like the thing.
That's just on a. Well, what the fuck? Maybe that's not what it is. I need to send you this character sheet. We'll just stay with it. Stay as 1. So I will just gain useful information. That's what I'll go with.
Yeah, I've got the sheet here.
I thought it was all.
yeah,
And I
you've
read
got-
the second.
Yeah, you've got one of
And then I
these.
read the first one where it says choose 2. And I'm like, oh wait, no, it is broken down into a list.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay, perfect. So you want useful information on the subject?
Yeah.
Or okay. That's what you want to go with? Useful information on the subject?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try to mix that with some sort of insight. I don't know.
I know.
I'm
You
supposed
guys are trying to make a good decision
trying
here.
to-
Yeah.
I'm trying to help
Yeah, no,
you help us.
yeah, absolutely.
Well, you guys should have listened. TPK. Start rolling new characters.
Let's see.
How? Never mind.
No?
Well, I was gonna say what was the mood of the voice that said just a little further and then I've got you? Was it like,
Yeah,
hey,
it was very Volosy.
you like jump off the playground, I've got you? Or is it like, hey,
Get into the
I'm a
back of the
tiger
van.
and you're a gazelle and I've got you?
Very much tiger and gazelle.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Very much a predator reveling in their very near kill.
I can't remember whether they wanted people who are capable of like thinking outside the box or people that just do what they're told. Which do they like?
I know, that's tough. We've met the vampire guy, Rippy. What did he seem like?
Very submissive.
Very. Oh yeah, that's true.
He did take a chance, but the moment we were like, we are from this place, he was like, oh, I believe you.
Yeah, that's right. And that's how everyone reacted to the gas mask people, too.
Eyes.
Yeah.
So wait, what did my roll turn out to be?
I would say that you have very nearly made a fatal mistake.
Oh,
And
what?
the voice is very excited to devour you.
Do what?
So,
What was the mistake? The looking? The almost looking?
No, the mistake was not looking, not listening to the
No
voice.
way.
Because the voice is excited to eat us, and we're getting close. Oh, well, what the fuck? But why would it be saying just a little bit further, and then you'll be mine? It couldn't be the darkness that was saying that, because that wouldn't make any sense.
I don't know.
Or would it make sense? What do you mean? We've almost made a mistake. What does it mean?
You know. Oh no, this is fucking horrible.
You know,
Don't do
I
it,
love
man.
it.
The name of the track I'm playing is called Are You Scared Yet?
Come on. We gotta see what's behind the door, though.
Are we at the door? I don't think we are.
We gotta get to the door by not looking at the darkness.
I would like Galdrick to give me some insight, please.
I think at this point, you guys, you guys.
I don't know what the fatal mistake was. You just.
That had nearly.
It could be anything.
I feel like if we've almost made a mistake, then it's not looking at the darkness because
We've stayed the path
we've stayed the path. So if we're nearly about to make a mistake, then it would be sticking to the path. It wouldn't be looking at the darkness because we've never given any indication that we were even considering it.
Really?
Yeah.
But we've done all these rolls to investigate the voices and stuff.
You know, like, oh god, I know what fucking Sebastian would do, but okay, you know what? You know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Don't do it, man. Don't do
No,
it. You
I'm
gotta
gonna
do
do
your
it.
own thing, but also don't do it.
I think Sebastian goes, yeah, y'all.
Yep.
I'm
Use
gonna
the
make
flashlight.
this decision real easy for you. And if anything happens to me, well, it's been fun. And he looks at the darkness.
You guys watch as Sebastian turns his face away from you, and you don't see what he sees, but you do see his face kind of paralyze in horror as the darkness reaches out and grabs him and you see him being swept off the path into the darkness.
Is there any way for me to intervene
Yeah, quick
with an ability?
Yes, if you have an ability or would like to do something, you do have time. This is not like lightning quick. It's like a big claw grabbed him and is pulling him off the path.
Okay. So did you say we have now 2 of our starting moves or
Yes.
1?
Yep, 2.
Okay, 2. Okay, good. So, oh God. All right. I mean, okay. I mean, well, okay. Maybe I'll try this and I'll see if it has any effect, and then maybe I'll try something else if I have time. So I have Bag of Tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Your bag of tricks contains various props such as magic wands, powders that change the color of fire and smoke, crystals, and tarot cards. As long as your bag of tricks is in your possession, you also have a supply of the following useful items. Flash paper. So I would like to use flash paper. Creates a quick burst of bright flame, can be used in close combat to blind an enemy for 30 seconds. I want to see if there's any part of this phenomenon that responds to very bright light.
Good one.
Okay. Now, do you roll for that or do you just use it?
No, you just use it.
Okay, so you're trying to use flash paper?
Yep.
So describe. Okay, now because of the situation we're in, I'm gonna need you to describe to me the exact actions that you take. The describe your body's physicality and exact motions that you do.
Sure. So I would say that as Rippy was watching was watching with his peripheral this shape of Sebastian being pulled to the side, while looking straight ahead, he would reach into his bag with his right hand, pull out hit flash paper, and throw it as precisely in the direction of Sebastian as he can without looking. He's just going to if he can, he's going to hit Sebastian with the flash paper.
Yep. Okay, got it. So I think as you do this, you hear I
just want to say, because I'm looking at some of the other abilities, and man, they're kind of fucking crazy. So I don't know if I'm supposed to roll it. I don't think so. But just listen. It doesn't even say that I have a limited amount of these. Smoke bombs fill an area roughly the size of a small room full of thick smoke. Creatures in the affected area can only see 2 feet in front of them. And fireworks, which come in 2 basic types. Cherry bombs may be thrown near and do 1d10 damage. Rockets take a minute to set up, do 2d6 damage, and follow an erratic path, so take a -1 penalty to all volley rolls. This penalty increases to -2 if the target's far. All fireworks are very loud. But anyways, it doesn't say that I have a limit. It doesn't say that I have to do any kind of roll or anything. Is that okay? Or do you?
I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. It's basically your way of doing damage, right? It's like you don't necessarily have like a D10 is a damage dice. So it's basically your damage.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically unlimited because that's just you hitting kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah. So you definitely just have it. You do it. You throw it. It's just kind of your thing. Against a guy in a gas mask, your flash paper would probably have absolutely zero effect. So you could infinitely throw flash paper at some people and it doesn't feel overpowered.
Sure.
However, here, when you throw the flash paper to your side, you do hear a from far away.
Okay, interesting.
And Sebastian, I will let you roll 2d6 plus 1. A bare success.
Fuck.
As Sebastian, you are able to wrench yourself free of whatever this thing was that had you, and you are back on the path.
Okay, so lesson learned. Bad idea.
I think Sebastian walks up to Rippy and just kind of thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
No worries.
I told you not to look, dumbass.
Yeah, but now we know, don't we?
Now we know for sure.
Tell us everything. What did you see?
Oh,
Let's not talk about it.
okay, all right. Okay.
Just a little bit further. Then
Yep.
I've got you.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah 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 blah. You almost had me before. Okay, let's go.
I look into the. Just kidding. All right, you got me, motherfucker.
Okay. And you guys continue a little further, and there are the skitterings, and every now and then there is a voice saying that you've just about made it, and they've just about got you. But the voices become less and less. They get farther and farther away. They get weaker and weaker as you get closer and closer to this iron door at the end of this path, and its bright white light above the door. And eventually, you're at the door.
I knock on
What
the
does it
door.
look? Yeah, what does
Yeah,
it look
knock
like?
It is a solid iron door. You gauge it to be probably quite thick, as it has rivets and a lip all around the kind of exterior of it. And there is a like a U handle, like just a pull handle on it. And that's it. It's very, very plain. Just a big metal iron door.
Interesting. Okay.
We were told to go into it, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
knock, then
we're
enter.
told to-
Yep.
Yeah, knock then enter. Yeah.
So I don't think we need to wait for an answer. I think we just knock and then head right in.
Yep.
Yeah. And Sebastian, you said you knock?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Sebastian, you knock.
And then
And then walk.
And-
Walk in.
Okay.
Follow instructions.
Yep. You knock, and then you pull the door open, and you enter. And when you enter, you are hit with this strange sensation of like a pressure on the back of your head. Like something kind of invading the space of your brain and pressing on your primal, like lizard brain kind of thing. There's this sense that you get. Now, the main party would recognize this as being in the presence of a planar key, but of course, these people have never felt this before. So this is a brand new experience for them. And you enter into a large, dark meeting room. There are sconces with deep red flames in them along the walls, but the room is largely hidden in darkness, except for a long rectangular wooden table in the center of the room. And there are 4 chairs for you here. And on the opposite side of the table sits the Tribune. Mitra, Vetha, and Volos.
Wait, didn't I kill Mitra?
Didn't Mitra die?
In front of you, you see
That sucks really bad.
Vetha and Volos.
Ugh. Is there an empty chair?
There are 4 empty chairs for you guys.
Oh, I mean like an empty chair in the council?
Oh, no empty
King's-
chairs.
Oh.
Ah, Jiminy Christmas, guys.
Mitra, Vetha, and Volos are all there, and they are all sitting in chairs.
I was like, are we on a different timeline? Is it before? Nope. Damn.
No, it's not. Sure isn't.
Jeez.
Interesting.
And immediately behind them, you see a small wooden door. And to the right of you, you see a large steel double door with like a heavy latch lock on it.
Describe that last part one more time.
So behind them, so like you come in, and in front of you is the rectangular table with the 4 chairs for you.
Yep.
On the other side is the Tribune, is Mitra, Vetha, Volos. Behind them, so like in front of you on the far side of the room, you see a small wooden door in the darkness against the wall. And on the right-hand side, you see a large steel double door with like one of those heavy lift latch locks kind of thing. And as you enter, the one in the middle, Volos, stands and gestures to the seats.
I take a seat.
Yep.
Yeah, same approach and seat.
As you all sit, Volos sits down as well.
So, I understand that I have you to thank for killing Grom. Pathetic wretch, wasn't he?
A silly man.
I think. Go ahead.
After you.
I was gonna say, I think Rippy would make a big, really showy bow, taking whatever fucking scraps of his fucking top hat remain, and make a really showy bow and say, "Rippy Mersion at your service, me lord." And,
Don't laugh too hard, your stomach's gonna fall out.
Oh yeah, true. And you're exactly right. A pest he was, and me lord, me only regret is that you weren't there to see him suffer. You should have heard the noise he made when we pushed him through the force field.
I am not impressed that you killed him.
Oh,
Yeah, he's he put on and he does air quotes, display of power, and it was literally moving a rock and him losing his breath over it. Kind of pathetic.
He was nothing.
Oh,
But
that we know.
it's not about him being difficult, me lord. It's about the aesthetic of the city, isn't it? Right. Can't have that. Rabble rousers running about your estate, my lord. It's unsightly.
I would tend to agree, but honestly, what intrigues me is that you decided to wait until he was at the gates to kill him.
Well, we wanted it to be a public spectacle now, didn't we?
Yes, we
Couldn't you-
did. Don't dare go against our master.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what
Precisely.
happens to you.
Bingo! Send a message loud and clear. Give the guards a bit of a looky-loo. Needed their recommendation so as we could be here, my lord, didn't we?
Yes. You wanted the guards to see it. Because
Precisely.
you wanted me to see it.
You know, they said you was a quick one.
Oh my God.
Had no
Oh,
idea
boy.
you were this quick.
I take a large
No, no.
cartoon-like step away from him.
you can tell, like, in his voice, he's being completely genuine. He's
Yeah.
like he's trying to be like Bilbo with Smaug. Wow, you're so smart and so good looking. It sounds exactly you saw straight through what I was trying to explain. Exactly, my lord. Needed to do it in front of the guards so as they could recommend we come here.
You wanted to curry favor with me. Well,
Yes!
consider the favor curried.
Oh, well, lovely. Lovely.
In exchange, I will help you with the change, as I can see that you are quite far along already.
Oh, this? No, just a bit of a disagreement with the force field is all. Doesn't sit well with me.
Oh, here. Oh, God.
What?
Your
Are
stomach
you
here.
saying you don't need my help with the ascension?
No,
No, I would love the help.
We're grateful
Yeah.
for it.
Yes, just saying to feel a little bit under the weather is all.
I can feel the air on my lungs. Not in, on.
Oh.
The change will not be pleasant.
I've been burned through the shields twice. Okay, let's do it.
And it will come with strings attached.
What kind of strings?
It will come with a set of rules that you will abide. And One favor that I may ask at any time. To be followed without question.
Okay, lovely. Happy to help me, Lord.
Excellent. All who
question.
accept these... Oh, a question. I love questions.
Where'd you get the robe? I like it. And that's all. That's all.
Like this.
And he raises his hand with its long gray fingers, and he snaps his fingers, and there's a robe in his hand.
Simple as that.
Oh. Wow.
Would you like one?
And maybe when the flesh is back over my organs, I would appreciate that, yes.
Of course. Are there any other questions?
This isn't a question for him in universe, but what are Mitra and Vetha doing? Like, what's their vibe as they're sitting there?
Mitra is like horrifically hunched over. Like she is basically like an L shape on the desk kind of thing.
Oh, boy.
She is using her elbows to force her way up a little bit kind of thing.
Oh.
And Vetha is sitting straight up and down. No hunch whatsoever. Absolutely serene, royal, and her hands are her fingers are kind of steepled in front of her. And none of them have eyes. None of you are seers, so none of you can see any eyes. All you see are hooded, cloaked figures with gleaming teeth.
Weird.
And you see a little bit less of the teeth of Vetha. It's like the lips are pulled down over the teeth a little bit more for her. But they're just kind of sitting there, and you gather that you're being stared at, but you don't see any eyes.
Weird.
Was Mitra always very hunched? I don't remember.
I guess because this isn't character knowledge.
There'd be a player, yeah.
Yeah, and because you would have no way of knowing either way. So I can tell you, the player, yeah, Mitra has always been very hunched over.
Okay, it's not that
Yep.
she's regenerating or something like that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I can tell you that Mitra's always been hunched over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, where would we be staying during the change, my lord, if it's not too forward to ask? Or what can we do to earn our keep in the meantime? Anything you need help with around here?
Try not to scream.
Lovely.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Please follow me, if you accept the terms that I've laid out.
Don't think we really have much of a choice.
Yeah.
You don't.
Oh,
All right.
Accepted.
And he stands, and he begins walking towards the two large steel double doors on the side of the room.
Follow me. Take no detours. Open no doors. Ask no questions from this point forward.
Understood.
And he kind of waves his hand, and the latch lock unlocks, and the doors swing open, and some light kind of pours in from those large double doors, and he passes through. I assume you guys follow?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You enter into a hallway that looks very much like just kind of a modern office building hallway. It's not all creepy, spooky, fucking gothic super demon. It literally looks like an office hallway. Like he's got his fucking super big bad lair as a fucking door off a main office basement hallway.
Okay.
Welcome to Volos Enterprises.
Exactly. Yeah, a little bit. As you kind of look down the hallway, there are doors at the far end that Volos is kind of gliding towards, and there are two doors on the right hand side of the hallway. He's just walking down the hallway. He's not checking on you. He's not looking at you. He's just gliding down the hallway.
And what were the instructions that he gave us? Don't ask any questions.
And
follow me.
Yeah, don't open any doors. Don't ask any questions.
Okay, can I roll to see how good of a look I can get in if there or all those doors just like the solid doors, just like all the other ones? Are there any window ports or anything?
There are very small window ports with like bars on them in these.
So I think Rippy, just to make sure that there was never any suspicion that he's going to try to open a door, would have his hands folded behind him.
Yep.
But as they were going by, he would lean right in to see if he can get a look at anything in one of the windows. As like he would speed up a little bit to one of the windows to then stop and look in and then resume walking again so he didn't fall behind.
Yep.
Yes, I'd like to see. So what should I roll there?
Okay, so for the first door, why don't you go ahead and roll +1 for kind of like a dexterity perception check.
Hey, finally a good roll.
Wow, okay. As you look through the window of the first door, it's very hard to see, but you kind of time it really well and you get a really good look in there.
Okay.
And what you see are 4 people chained to a concrete wall. They do not look happy. They do not look necessarily like they're tortured or injured in any real way, but they do look exhausted and defeated, but alive.
Interesting. Okay.
And it's basically a cement wall with iron chains and like manacles, and they're just manacled to the wall. And that's basically all you can really see from your perspective.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And you continue down the hallway. Why don't you roll for the same roll for the second door?
Oh.
You kind of run up to take a look, and you kind of misjudged the distance between you and Volos, and so you kind of speed walk a little bit up. And you get a little bit too close, and Volos stops. And he just kind of turns his head just a little bit. None of the hood shows, but just a little bit of a stop as you stop, and you do not get a chance to look in the door at all.
Okay, got it.
And then you guys come to the end of the hallway where there are double doors, like the push bar double doors. And he opens it up. And in this room, as you guys step in, it's such a weird sensation. It's kind of like... Well, last time I think I described something like putting your mouth on a vacuum and having it suck your lip. But then everyone's like, oh, you're a fucking weirdo. Nobody does that. So apparently that's a bad analogy to use. What's another good analogy that I could think of? Okay, I know. You know when people who eat soup have a spoon?
Okay, no, dude, come on.
Soup is delicious.
All right.
And they slurp up the soup in the spoon, right? And there's that loud sucking, slurping sound as they kind of struggle to get it all in one big slurp.
Yeah.
That's kind of what... Imagine you're the soup in the spoon.
Oh, God.
Got it. Yep.
Okay.
What?
I'm not gonna lie. I think I just unlocked a new kink.
Souffle.
Oh yeah, you take that chicken noodle.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, just take it all in.
And when you step in this room, yeah, it's like you're the soup and something's trying to slurp you up. And you are passing through a room that is probably 30 feet by 30 feet kind of thing. And it is a sheer metal room, metal floor, metal walls, metal ceiling, and there's a single metal table in the middle of the room. And sitting on the table in the center of this room is a small cube-like object
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
with intricate designs and inlays and inscriptions all over it, looking very much like the Lament configuration from Hellraiser, but deeper inset. And you are able to tell that the thing trying to slurp you up is the box. And it's not just you. As you stand in this room, or as you kind of, casually walk through this room, it feels like the walls are heaving. It's like they're almost like their lungs, like they're being pulled at by this box, and then reflexively pulling back, then being pulled at by the box.
Like reality is basically being pulled?
Like it's trying to suck the room in. It could be reality. It could be the physical room. Like the box is trying to suck up the walls. It's hard to tell if reality is distorting or if it's literally the physical walls are trying to be pulled.
So the box is super into soup play. Got it.
Yeah, exactly. And when you look at it, it feels bad to look at this thing.
Oh, weird.
But when you do, it's just sitting on the table. It's literally just sitting on the table, but you feel like the table is struggling to hold it up. Like something about the situation of this solid metal table with this singular little cube on it feels like you have put the maximum amount of weight on this table, and that at any moment, one feather more and the table would just smash to the ground.
Weird.
Wait, didn't we also see this in the narrative camera?
You did.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
And at the back of the room, there is a staircase leading down, and Volos begins to descend the stairs.
Past the cube?
Past the cube. Yep, you all walk past the cube.
Fucking weird, man.
Feels bad as fuck to walk past this thing.
We got to make note of where that is because we got to come back and steal it.
Yep.
Do you have that thought?
I don't need to have that thought. It's the only thing useful about my fucking character. One of my
Why? Is he going to hear our thoughts and do something horrible?
I'm just asking if you actually have that physical thought.
One of my abilities is called Keen Mind. You have a mind that can keep track of details with precision. You can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month.
Damn. So you don't even need to document it. It's just like passively being recorded.
Photographic memory.
I pretty much have a free tech. Give me your notes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And in
But the
addition,
question-
whenever I spout lore, we still haven't looked up what spout lore is. But when you spout lore, you take a +1 on the roll.
Yeah, spout lore is let's see, I've got it here. It's a little bit underwhelming. Spout lore, when you consult your accumulated knowledge about something, roll plus intelligence. On the 10+, GM will tell you something interesting and useful. On a 7 to 9, GM will tell you something interesting, and it's on you to make it useful. And then on the miss, I tell you nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's an interesting thing. The GM might ask you, how do you know this? And it says, tell them the truth now.
Wow.
So
Oh.
I can tell you something, and then I ask you how you know it, and you need to tell me how you know it, no matter what.
But I have keen, because I remember it with my keen mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's an interesting little flavor twist. Okay. So Bishop does not need to memorize this. It gets memorized for him. But Tiger did mention something about, I gotta remember this for later because we gotta steal it.
I think Tiger would note it in her mind, kind of thing. Like recognize it and note it. And kind of think about where we are.
Okay.
But you know what I mean? Like, I don't know that she would articulate coming back here, but I think she would note the location in her mind. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. All right.
Rippy would retain nothing.
Yep.
And is is like wholeheartedly, like proudly, confidently walking behind Volos. Like this is exactly what he wanted.
Yep.
And everything that's happening is happening exactly as he thought it should.
Okay, perfect. He begins to descend the stairs. You guys all pass by the cube, and it feels real bad. And you guys descend the stairs with him.
Yep.
I mean, yep.
Okay. Yep. Nobody tries to swipe the cube right now.
No.
You know what? Why not? I'll try for it. Just put it in my pocket. I'm sure no one will notice.
I'm gonna wait until we have skin again.
That's a probably good baseline to wait for, huh? Okay. And you begin to descend the stairs. And when you begin to descend the stairs, you realize just how little there is left of you and how much the monster is basically here. You have fleeting thoughts in your mind now, little memories of who the person you are was, and largely you become instinctual, and very little of the person remains. You have essentially become mindless beasts in the final stages of the change, and the stomach pain is nearly unbearable at this point. And as you walk down the stairs, it leads to a room that is very rough, very, very unfinished. It's kind of like raw hewn stone around, on the walls and the ceiling, but the floor is absolutely immaculately flat. It has been worn and worked and polished flat. And in the center of the room, you see 8 large stones that are outside of a smaller inscribed circle of low stones, with 4 large stones in the center with red markings.
What the fuck?
Does this look similar to what our characters don't know, but is this green ink stone
This is
memorabilia?
Identical to the stones in the green
Tiger
ink.
would know. She's from Rena. Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Tiger, you recognize these stones immediately as identical to the stones from Rena.
That is extreme. I mean, well, she's part monster now, so she might not. But if she's at all herself, that would be extremely interesting.
Yeah. Yep. Volos kind of gestures for you all to stand within the circle of stones.
Stand here and try not to make too much noise.
Right away, me lord. No worries. Gonna just plot myself right here. Look at me go. You say they fine.
Almost no noise at all. No problem.
Okay. And Rippy, he starts with you.
Ooh.
You are standing in this circle, and your flesh is burned and singed and pussing and oozing. The stomach pain is overwhelming. There's almost no Rippy left. And Volos places a hand on your shoulder. Kind of more on the back of your shoulder than the top of your shoulder.
Okay.
And then he closes his fist. And he grabs a handful of flesh.
Ooh.
And he rips it off your shoulder.
Oh my God.
And you feel something underneath push out.
Ooh.
And Volos begins to chant words that you don't understand. And in fact, the words kind of start to disappear behind a drone of Volos speaking as he reaches again and grabs a handful of flesh and pulls it off of you. And every time he reaches down and grabs a handful of flesh and pulls it off, something underneath begins to push out. What is the class that you had chosen?
The charlatan.
Now, the charlatan is very much aspects of the person that you were in the place that you came from.
Sure.
But here, in the red ink, the charlatan is the monster that you are becoming now. You weren't a charlatan when you got here.
Sure.
You are a charlatan after you've ascended.
Sure.
What is the monster that rips its way out of your flesh from within as you ascend?
So I think this is going to be super fucking gross because I've thought about this a lot.
Yeah.
And so the way that his change started to affect him was that his veins, his skin seemed to be a little bit more like weird and translucent, and his veins looked really dark.
Yeah.
And his like whole color started to change.
Yeah.
And so I think his monster is sort of like sort of like a zombie, but darker. Like, okay, so here's what I like to think of it as. Imagine a zombie in the sense that his flesh looks like it's decaying. Like it looks like there's open wounds and shit like that.
Yeah.
But instead of just regular open wounds and putrescent flesh underneath, I think every now and then when one of his like pustules like bursts open on his body, black ink comes out.
Oh my God.
And sometimes like a little puff of black smoke when one of these wounds opens up. And so I like to think that, you know, as I like to think of him in terms of his monster form, that when he's like signing contracts to, you know, buy people's lives away from them or something, that when he goes to sign the paper, some black ink and smoke will spill out of his sleeves and out from there. But like, I think like his eye sockets become sunken in and his teeth become like jet black. It looks like he was just sucking on like a Bic pen or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he's just got like a black teeth with ink that sort of dribbles from his mouth like drool. And just sunken in like I'm trying to maybe you can help me a little bit decide what his eyes would look like. Would they still look like normal people eyes? Would they be black holes in his skull? Would they be a void? Would they be just bloodshot? What do you think would make the most sense for a monster change?
So I almost think that his eyes and the description goes a little bit beyond like what it sounds like.
Sure.
Almost like a magic 8-ball, except not like a magic 8-ball, but like something rolls up from behind.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's a normal eye.
Yeah.
Then it can kind of roll back like you're shaking a magic eyeball, and something else can come forward, kind of thing.
Okay,
so the eyes can kind of like, you can kind of roll his head back and then come back up, and so you can kind of, I think the eyes are kind of changeable.
Yeah, okay, I fucking love it. Yep.